Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Plaggemier, the Executive Director of the National Cybersecurity Alliance, and I'm joined today with Jen Caltrider from Mozilla Foundation, who's going to talk to us a little bit about privacy and how she came to work in privacy and some of the great work that Mozilla does. So if people got new tech toys for the holidays, new gadgets, what are the most important things they need to know to protect themselves?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because there are some things people can do, but I will start off with the kind of the caveat that companies expect people to do too much to protect their own privacy, and companies should do more to kind of opt people into privacy instead of forcing people to opt people out. All that being said, the reality is we live in a world where companies want to collect as much data as they can on you, and you have to put in time and effort to fight back on that. So if you got a smart speaker or a smart display, like from, the Amazon Echo or the Google Assistant, one of the first things that I think everybody that owns those should do is go into the dashboards that you can find on the Amazon or Google sites and change your privacy settings so that they collect as little data as possible. And so that's step one. And it's a little time consuming. It's a little annoying, but at the end of the day, it's worth it to kind of protect your privacy. And then both Google and Alexa have, and I think Siri too, have a way that you can say, hey, Alexa, delete the voice recordings that I have this week, or delete what I just said. And I think people should get in the habit of saying that on a daily basis, just telling them to forget what you said. It's not going to keep them from knowing all your data, but it is going to keep them from knowing some of your data. And that's a step. Fitness trackers are a really interesting thing for me in terms of data, because they collect so much really private personal data, from your sleep habits to your stress to your menstrual cycle and all of that. And so with fitness trackers, if you got a new fitness tracker, a couple of things to know are: be very, very careful about how you share that fitness data. A lot of the fitness apps will say, hey, you can collect your Garmin fitness data with, the Google Fit app or the Amazon Health app, or even some, companies have their own, hey, if you connect this fitness data to this app, we'll give you a discount on your insurance. I tell people be very, very careful about that, because that's a lot of very personal, sensitive data. And when you collect it to a third party, it sounds cool, but that third party is going to have its own privacy policy that may or may not protect your data. They might be selling your data. And the more data the more places your data gets shared, from Garmin to this app to that app, the more places it can leak or be stolen or sold. And that's very personal data that you probably don't want stolen or sold. So if you got a fitness tracker, just be very careful about linking it to other third-party services. I got a PS5. I finally was able to get a PlayStation 5. It took me a year. I was one of the lucky ones that got it. Always tell people that have these gaming consoles, set up two-factor authentication so people can't hack your account and charge a bunch of things to your account. Two-factor authentication is just something that's smart to set up across all of your devices that you can set it up on. And home security cameras are becoming more and more popular. And I got some last year to keep an eye on my cat, because why not spy on your cat if you can? Super fun. But when I bought my home security camera, I made sure to get one that has local storage, so I could store any recordings of my cat or me or whoever's here locally on an SD card, as opposed to in the cloud, where things are much less secure. So those are just some tips. If you got smart speakers or fitness trackers or gaming consoles or home security cameras, just little things that people can do that take a little bit of their time, but make it smart and better for their privacy at the end of the day.
Those are really good tips. Those are super. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.